today's events honor, this is an important moment to talk about the importance of crossing boundaries of possibility in terms that are specific to the two individuals we celebrate, and in the broadest possible sense. So I will not bore you this afternoon with my thoughts on the presidential primary in the Democratic Party, except to say this. I am a black man born 72 years ago in Atlanta, Georgia, the heart of the Deep South, whose father fought in World War II to make the world safe for democracy, but came home back to Georgia and could not vote in the white primaries because he was black. So from that experience, I am stunned by this historic moment that today in my Democratic Party there is a contest head-to-head, toe-to-toe between a woman and a black man competing for the nomination of the Democratic Party. I promise you that is good for America and it is good for democracy. I've seen some McCain buttons, I've seen some Hillary buttons. I'm for Hillary, you are for Obama. I respect your right to be for my friend Barack Obama. You must respect my right to be for Hillary Clinton. That's all I'm going to say about this campaign. To come to speak in honor of Marcellus Neal and Frances Marshall, the first black man and the first black woman to graduate from this great institution of higher education. And I hope you have thought about and will continue to think about the courage and the will and the strength of character Marcellus Neal and Frances Marshall had to have possessed in order to pursue higher education in this town, in this university, in that day and in that time. When the structures of American society, and overwhelmingly the ideology of American society, tried to make such pursuits an impossibility for black people, this man and this woman, along with many other black Americans, were following a more powerful force, one that has driven black Americans ever since we were brought forcibly to these shores in 1619. That imperative drove Marcellus Neal and Frances Marshall to do one thing that every American has a responsibility and the inalienable right to do. And that is, they tried to do their best, to the best of their ability, and that is all that is required of us. And my grandfather never said that I want to be able to register to vote, that I want to be able to learn to read and write and do arithmetic, because if I do arithmetic, Mr. Robert Cayer can't cheat me out of my sharecropper agreement. He never said that he wanted to sit in the library or sit at the lunch counter. His ultimate goal, his impossible dream, his greatest delight was a basic creature comfort. Be able to go to the bathroom indoors in a warm place one time before I die. my grandfather was so blinded by the segregation and dehumanization and white supremacy and meanness and fear and hatred that were his circumstances, he was so blinded by it that he could not begin to contemplate that Junior, a 12-year-old boy, his grandson, Bell's boy, go to DePaul University, go to Howard University Law School, be an NAACP organizer, run the Voter Education Project, counsel for the poverty program, head the United Negro College Fund, run the National Urban League, become a partner at Aiken Gump, Strauss, Howard, and Fell, a senior managing director at Lazard Prayer, beyond Pa's wildest imagination. And if Pa had seen me getting on Air Force One with Bill Clinton, he couldn't have stood it. And he wouldn't have believed it. And he doesn't believe either he doesn't believe what's going on right now as he looks yonder from the annals of immortality and eternity, because his circumstances were so blinded by the life that he lived. For those of you who are students and studying and getting ready to cross boundaries of possibility, what does this mean to you? Well, my counsel, pro bono publico, is that as you study here at Indiana University, and that as you prepare to cross boundaries of possibility, lest you forget from whence you came, lest you forget how you got where you are, lest you forget that you are where you are because you stand on somebody's shoulders. And that wherever you are and wherever you stand, you did not get there by yourself. That is true. And if that is true, then you have a responsibility after you leave here to so live your life and do your work so that others can stand on your shoulders, so that others can model their lives after you. Who was it? Herman Melville wrote, "We cannot live ourselves alone. Our lives are connected by 1,000 invisible threads. And along these sympathetic fibers, our actions run as causes and return to us as results."